Okay, we are here again for the Ask a Swans segment, and we're joined by Lewis Roberts-Thomson. Louis, plenty of questions for you to answer today. The first one comes from Cooper. Cooper's wants to know how it was returning after such a long period out, and what role do the coaches want you to play this season?
Yeah, great question to start off, Cooper. Look, returning after a long setback and a bit of time out of the game, it was great to get out there. And when I ran out there against Port Adelaide, running through the banner and hearing the crowd, it sort of made me feel a little bit emotional. You know, it was really good to be out there. I sort of had the goosebumps running up and down the body. And it was fantastic to play in front of the Sydney Swans crowd. And unfortunately, we got a win that day. So it was really exciting. And look, like I said, it was a long process to get back there, but we finally got back there.
Fantastic. And the second part of Cooper's question was, what role do the coaches want you to play? You've sort of played in a few positions so far already in 2 games. Yeah,
look, the role I'm playing at the moment is sort of like a backup ruckman to mummy, and then sort of drifting forward and at times playing in defence. And I think that role sort of evolved through the substitute rule. You know, versatility on our bench is very, very important, and having players that can play in a number of positions is vital to our team, and hopefully will bring some success. Sorry about that. But look, yeah, so at the moment I'll be playing as a backup ruckman and a pinch hitting forward.
Fantastic. Next question comes from Derek, the Swans guy. It's a very interesting surname. He wants to know, being a great rugby union fan himself, what position did you play back in the day?
Back in the day, well, I played second row. And look, you know, a powerful athlete like myself in the scrum, tall, lanky guy. I played second row. I don't even know if I was that decent in the scrum or the line-out, but I enjoyed playing rugby, and it was good because I played with my schoolmates, and you know, it was a lot of fun. But again, the choice to play Aussie rules in the end, you know, I just enjoyed the game a bit more. I enjoyed the skills of the game. I enjoyed sort of the open spaces of the field, and that's what sort of enticed me to play Aussie rules.
Next question comes from Sharon. Just wondering why you think our ball skills are not as sharp as they were last season. Why do you think we're not able to hit targets as well as we should be?
Great question. I think if you look at the weekend's game in isolation, the Hawks are a fantastic side, and they put a lot of pressure on us, and so that's probably what made our skills not up to standard. And I think you know, previous weeks against the the Cats and the Blues, been wet weather, and so the conditions haven't really played into our favour and haven't really played into a high skilled game. So possibly there may be a few reasons: pressure and weather conditions. But look, we'll be aiming to improve that area of our game. Certainly something we need to work on, and so hopefully going forward we can really improve that.
Good news. Next one comes from Kate Harvey, which is a bit of a follow-up to some stuff you were talking about before. Are you enjoying your time in the ruck, or do you prefer to be down back?
Look, I don't mind playing in the ruck. You know, I'm happy to play wherever the coach wants me to play. But I think playing down in defence is something I've enjoyed, and I've enjoyed it in the past for sure. But again, it gets back to team structure, and so wherever the coach needs me to play, I'm happy to play. And I played a little bit of junior footy in the ruck, so I don't mind going back into the ruck, and it sort of reminds me of back in my junior days.
Excellent. Tanya Dalton has asked, what impact did Brett Kirk have on you as a player and a fellow teammate?
Yeah, Kirky was a wonderful player, and you know, he's a great captain, and I was fortunate enough to share the locker next to him, to the great Brett Kirk, number 31. So we had a lot of good locker room chats, and look, he was an inspirational leader, led from the front, set the example, and look, the boys just loved playing with him because he'd go in so hard for the footy, and he really sort of, you know, be the heart and soul of the side. And so, you know, Kirky, as I mentioned, was a great leader, and something, or someone all the boys strive to sort of be like, because he did set such a really good example.
There's one here from Kiralee Stanmore, who's just 7 years old. She'd like to know, who is your best friend at the Swans?
Great question, Kiralee. Best friend at the Swans, You know, I probably can't really say I've got a best friend at the Swans. You know, all the guys in the team are fantastic blokes. But some of the players I've known for the longest, because I played a bit of junior footy with them, and I sort of came into the side at a similar time, was Jared McVeigh, Paul Bevan. So, you know, they're really close friends of mine. And another one who's now a development coach at the Swans is Henry Playfair. I actually went to school with Henry, and he was in the year above me, and we played a fair bit of junior footy together too. So he's another close friend.
There you go, all local New South Wales boys. Yvonne asks, "Hi Louis, how did it feel to have a fellow hyphen in Trent Dennis Lane join the club last year? Do you guys hold your own hyphenators only meetings?"
Yeah, it's a very exclusive club, the Hyphen Club. Look, great to have another hyphen on board, and hopefully we can get a few more down the track. But look, I suppose being a hyphen, it doesn't really have too many privileges or any benefits or anything like that. It just when you go out to schools and you know, speak to the kids, it's a bit of a tongue twister for the kids to sort of speak out.
Do you and Trent have any sort of special bond where you just sort of, if he just handballs over his head or something, you're always waiting there? Nothing like that, like twins sort of do?
Not really. That could be something we need to work on, really.
Last one comes from Matthew. Hi Lewis, it's awesome to see you back. What is the main thing we need to get back into the team to reclaim the form, like when we were beating Essendon and the Eagles earlier on this year?
Yeah, well, the main thing for us to become a successful side is probably building on the basics, and that really comes down to pressure in the opposition. You know, once you force the opposition to kick the ball high, it gives our defenders and our midfielders of opportunities to spoil the footy or intercept the ball, which then gives us possession. And I think, you know, across the board, that's an area we need to really, really improve on. You look at the good teams like Collingwood and Geelong, and they're right up there in their contested footy and their pressure skills. And so if we get that area right, hopefully it'll go a long way to making us successful throughout the year.